I was diagnosed with systemic lupus when I was a teenager. I have struggled years from health issues. Systemic lupus, if you don't know much about it, is autoimmune, and it attacks the kidneys, it attacks the heart. It's a killer. People are on chemo, kidney dialysis, and the longer you have it, the more issues you have that you deal with it. I was diagnosed as a teenager, so I had about 25 years, and I've had 4 heart attacks. My first one was at the age of 31. Last one was at the age of 39. And I know what it's like to sit in bed at night crying from the pain. I know what it's like to not be able to turn a doorknob. I know what it's like to have a flare-up and feel like your insides are ripping apart and you just can't, nothing helps, and your joints I haven't been able to turn a doorknob. I couldn't get on my knees and play with my children because my knees were so bad. My husband's had to carry me from the car to the house because it's just too painful to walk. And I know what that's like. I struggled many years. About 7 years ago, my husband and I went into full-time ministry, and so he left a really good job. We lost our bigger income. We lost our health benefits, our insurance, and so for the first time I was struggling, didn't have financially, couldn't afford to pay for all my prescriptions, so I wasn't taking my medications, and I kind of looked into some natural ways because I didn't know what to do, and so which was a good thing. It helped. I was actually doing okay. It was controlling, it was managing the lupus, but the lupus was still there. And so I started, so I've been off prescriptions for 7 years, and about a year and a half ago I was having a lot of female issues, and I don't say this to anybody out loud even though people need to know. I just don't, because it's such a private thing with me. It's embarrassing, but I hadn't had a menstrual cycle in like 8-9 months, and so that's important to a woman's body, and it was causing a lot of issues. And after church one day, Amy and Courtney, we were outside, and the Holy Spirit spoke to her what I was dealing with, and I hadn't told her. That's the power of God. That's what He does. And so they went to pray for me, and I went to pray with them, and she said something that struck me, and I've been a believer for years, but for some reason, it was like a light bulb that went off in my spirit. She says, "No, we're going to pray. You just receive your healing." And I was like, okay. And they started praying for me, and something ignited in my spirit that day. It was just something, just eyes opened up. Then I told the Lord, I said, thank you. Thank you for what you did for me. Thank you for my healing. And we were done. And Courtney gave me a tampon. She says, by faith, girl. And I was like, yeah, by faith. And I didn't feel anything. I went home, cooked supper, I didn't know until the next morning. Woke me up out of my sleep at 5 a.m. I started, and it was like a river flowing. I have never been so happy starting my menstrual. And I ran and I told my husband, he's like, no. I said, yeah. I mean, that's not coincidence. There's nothing they could have done or known that this was going to happen. It was the power of God, the power of prayer. And so that was about a year and a half ago. And I have, not only that, I have not had one symptom of lupus. Nothing. I went to the doctor. He said my kidneys look like a baby's kidneys. They're just floored that haven't been on any kind of medication. They know. And I can bend my wrist. I can turn doorknobs. I can get down. I'm living life like God wanted me to live. And I know by the power of God that He is my healer. And from having systemic lupus for 25 years, that's the power of God. And so if you're struggling today, with lupus or with anything. Just look to God. Know that He is good. Know that He is our healer. It's a free gift because He loves us. And so I just wanted to share that testimony. Anyway, I probably missed out a bunch of stuff, but trying to keep it short. Bye.